Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Sunday the 18th of April 2021. Today of course is Sunday, which means it's Observer Day, not Guardian Day. I have no idea about the strength of their puzzles. They don't classify them. So if you've seen the headline banner, you know more than me. What's happening in the news? I see John Kerry, who nowadays is the US climate envoy. I'm not sure if that's a step down from presidential candidate, but anyway, he has had a rather successful trip to China, and apparently China has agreed to take part in a virtual summit on the 22nd and 23rd of April to discuss climate issues with the US and hopefully others. So that's a good thing. Every little helps, or every major deal helps as well, of course. So this could be an easy Sudoku, I have no idea. So if that's the case, we need to explain the rules for possible newbies. So you will find there's a column here, a column here, a column here. There are 9 columns. Each of the columns contains 9 squares. There are 9 rows. Each of the rows contains 9 squares. What we do is squeeze the numbers 1 to 9 in each of the squares. And when I say squeeze, I mean we're only allowed 1 number per box, and it should be unique, of course, so that means numbers 1 to 9 will only appear 1 time. But it's not just that, because also numbers 1 to 9 have to appear in these bold outlined boxes as well. How do we find numbers? We do something like this. We notice that this 8 is in this column and therefore cannot appear again. It can't reappear. So that square's out, that's out, that's out. There's an 8 in this column, so that square and that square and that square is out. There's an 8 along the top here as well, so blocking these 3 squares here. So there's only one location where we can place an 8, in this top segment here. So we can fit it in, and that's our first number for the morning. If we find this 9 is in this row here and 9 in this row here, that would leave us with only 2 options, right? But there's a 9 blocking here, and so there's only one place actually where you can fit a 9, and it's got to go there. Now, other ideas and ways of finding numbers might be something like this. Similarly, I mean, it's like a matter of what's the word, deduction, right? There is a 9 blocking. We don't have a 9 in this bottom row. Can you see? Bottom row, no 9. But we have a 9 blocking this square here. And we have a 9 in this box already. So remember, only 1 number per box. So because 9 is here, it can't come again here, 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 or here. So there's no 9 allowed in these 2 squares here. This 9 blocks here, and so there's only one location where we can actually fit a 9. There is a 4 in this row here blocking these 3 squares, and that leaves just 1 square free, so we can fit the 4 there. And now that we've done that, there's 4 across here and 4 across here. Guess what? There's only 1 spot here. Or you could consider it that there's a 4 blocking these 2 squares, and therefore the 4 has to go there anyway. Right? Hope you got that. We don't yet have a 5. 2 numbers are missing here. There are 5 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5. We don't have 7. So, but we can see the 5 is blocking here. So that's our 5 there. And therefore that's our 7. Okay, 7. The 7 blocks along here, and the 7 blocks down here. So that's got to be a 7 there. Okay, that's a good start, I think, don't you? Okay, we don't yet have an 8 in this box here, but we have an intersecting 8 here and an intersecting 8 here, so that clearly that's got to be an 8. We don't have a 5 in this box yet, but we have 1 blocking here, so that's got to be 5, and that's got to be 9, our last number in that box. So guess what? We've completed 1 row and 1 box already, so we're doing pretty well. Let's take that 9 and consider that it blocks these 2 squares here. This 9 blocks these in this column, and this 9 blocks a central square, so that has to be 9 just there. There's a 3 along this row blocking these two squares here, and there's a 3 in this column blocking this square here. So just a simple technique that we're using over and over again here, and it's working wonders. Okay. So usually in a Sudoku puzzle, the first opening salvo is pretty easy, and from then on you have to think a bit harder, and that's normally how it goes. So it looks like we've done our gimmies, our really easy ones, and now we might have to start looking a bit more carefully. Okay, just casting, just looking all around the board. I'll try not to be quiet for too much longer. But I am running kind of out of things that I've noticed. No. Okay. So we can find lots of pairs, of course, which we will write in a moment. But just trying to get even easier ones than that first, just because I try to keep the number of candidates to a minimum. Yes, I don't mind writing in pencil marks, and I think that we should. We really should. It's helpful to us. But the fewer candidates that you need to write in, generally the clearer it is and easier it is to find numbers. Right, I'm out of ideas. Okay, I'll tell you quite plainly, I'm out of ideas. And so I'm going to start filling in candidates. So what does that mean? Pencil marks, if you know what that means. 6 can't be in this square here. Now we can't place it in this square or this square yet, but we know it has to appear in one of them. So we're going to put it in the corner. Now in my case, the top left is where I put pairs, and so we'll see that this 6, when it is eventually placed, will block this square. This 6 will block these two squares, and this 6 here will block this square. So we can also place a pair of 6s up there. 6 will be a pair here or here because we have the 6 through the middle and this 6 blocking this column. So 6 will be a pair of numbers there or there. 8, this 8 blocks here, this will be a pair here or here. This 5 blocks here, so 5 will be a pair either here or here. Okay, 5 is going to be, this 5 blocks along this row, this 5 blocks this row. So 5 is going to be a pair here or here. It means something. It means that 5 will be in this column here. Not here, because we only have 4. We already have limited to 4 5s here and here. So, if that one's true, that one's false, and that one's true, but whichever way, it will block anything in this row and this row, so the 5 will have to appear there. Let's see what else we can do on 5s. 5 blocking here, 5 blocking here, so that's a pair there. And over here, no, we've got 3 possibilities here, so that's not going to help us. Alright, but we'll bear that in mind for later. I think that might be an important thing. 3 blocking here, 3 blocking here will give us a pair of 3s. Candidates in those spaces there. Okay. So it looks like we do have a puzzle where we have to do a little bit of work as a minimum. It's not all just simple, easy stuff, as is sometimes the case. Right, where was I? Let's see. Okay, 7 blocks here, 7 blocks here, so 7 is a pair down here. 8 blocks along here, 8 blocks along here, so 8 is a pair here or here. Also 8 blocks along here, 8 blocks along here, so 8 is a pair in those possible squares there. This could turn out to be quite an interesting puzzle, actually. Okay. I'm going to fill in some other numbers now. I mentioned, I think, about these 5s. So I know that 5 is going to appear in one of these 3 squares here, okay? But also notice this 1 is blocking this square here. Now we don't yet have a 1 in this column, right? But this 1 blocks this square. And so what does that mean? Both 1 and 5 must be in these 3 squares here like this. So that's 1, 5, 1, 5, and 1, 5. And now that we've got those 3 squares with 3 numbers that don't appear in any of the other available squares, we know that that is a naked triple. So these 3 numbers are exclusive to each other, right? There can't be any other numbers now. We've got 3 numbers in 3 squares, and so it can't be anything else. And also 6 and 1, 5 can't appear anywhere else. But we can actually find this number now. So by counting through, we'll go 1. We don't have a 2, right? We have the other 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's a 2. That has to be a 2. So we did find another number. And now that we've done that, remember 2 blocking here, 2 blocking here. So that's our 2. We can also find out what the missing numbers in the top right box here are. They have to, then it's not 1, it's not 2, it is 3 and 4. We don't have any intersecting 3s and 4s, but we know that it's 3 and 4 as a pair, because they're the only 2 numbers left. So we'll fill those in like that, 3 and 4. Which will give us a pair of 3s here now, right? Because 3 blocks these 2 squares. So 3 has to be here like so. The 4, we can't tell where the 4 comes. It's in any of these squares here, but somewhere. Okay, so that's pretty good progress, I think, so far, as I think this is going to take a bit of thinking, as I mentioned. Okay, this 2 blocks these 2 squares, this 2 blocks this square here, so clearly that leaves us with just an option of 2 squares here or here. And now that we do that, we'll see 2 blocks along here. Either this 2 or this 2 blocks these 2 squares, this 2 blocks here. So there's only one place where we can fit a 2 in that square. And now that we do that, we see extend this 2 across, extend this 2 across, and this 2 in this column, that's a 2. And of course we had a pair of 8 there, so we can fill in the 8. And back down here we had a pair of 8s. This is why we write in these candidates. It makes it easy to find the stuff without going back and searching again. And we had an 8 here, that can't exist now. So that's our 8 there. Okay, so that's good progress now. There are 2 numbers missing here. I believe they're 1 and 6. Yeah, 1 and 6. I'll just fill that in for now, just to remind us. Okay. Right, what comes next? Well, okay, we can get 4 as a pair up here. We don't yet have a 4 in this column, but we have a 4 blocking this square anyway. So 4 has got to appear either here or here. What's the missing number here? 1, 2, 3, we don't have it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, so it's 3 and 7 missing here. 3 and 7 here. So we have two squares that contain either 3 or 7. But no, we just can't tell yet which is which. Okay. 7 is a pair now, though. 7 blocks these two squares here. 7 blocks here. So 7 has to be in one of those two places there. What else? Sevens and 4s might give us problems as it happens. Okay, 2 is a pair here and here because we have 2 blocking here and 2 blocking along here. So we'll fill in those candidates there. This 3 blocks up here, this 3 blocks up here, so there are 2 spaces where a 3 can go. Well. It turned out to be quite a bit more difficult than I had imagined initially. This 1 blocks here, this 1 blocks here, so there are 2 possibilities for 1. It's either here or here. Well, okay. So I'm probably going to have to fill in more candidates, not just pairs, because at this stage I think I need to up the ante slightly. Sounds like a Frankie Howard joke about your aunt or something, but anyway. Right, what's missing from this box here? 1. There we go. What's missing? Where's that's it? That's done, right? 1 6 and 1 6 1 6 5. Okay, that all seems to correlate. Now in this box over here, 1 is blocked from here, but can go in other squares. So go there. 2 we have already. 3 we have. 4. 4 is our pain in the you know what. So it's any of these squares here, but not here because it's blocked from there, right? 5 we've got. 6 7 8 9. Oh, done. 5 7 1 7 1 5 1 5 3 4. Okay. 5 4 1 3 4 3 6 1. Okay, right. That's all done, but can't do much else there just yet. Let's look over here now. 1 2 3 we don't have yet, but 3 is blocked here by this, so there are 3 places where it can appear. 4 just blocks this central square here and can come anywhere else, so like this. 5 6 7 8 9 done now. Is there anything over here that will help us out? 5 1 4 3 5 7 4 6 1 5. Okay, no, we've got to carry on, keep going. Maybe let's look down here now. 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 blocks this square here, and that's it. 5, 6, 7 we don't yet have, but it's blocked along this column. 8, 9 we have already. Anything up and down here that's going to give us cause for jubilation? I think not. Okay, let's keep going. I'm just going to do the whole lot, I think. Right, this 1 block's over here, so we've got 1s in these locations here. 2, 3, 4 we don't have. 4 is blocking this column, but nothing along here, so 4. 5 we have already. 6 blocks this square here, and nothing else. 7, nope, we have no ideas on 7s. 8, 9 we have already. Right, okay, now anything along here? Well, I'm not spotting anything, no. Today's puzzle, ooh, it's a toughie. As I said, because I have no idea at the beginning just what to expect, it's always a surprise if it turns out to be much more difficult than expected. Right, so up here now, 1s can go, hold on a second, I've just spotted something. 5s here, 5s here. So we have a pair of 3 and 5. Okay. So we have 2 squares with 2 numbers, so those are exclusive to each other. Nothing else can be done there. So everything else we're just looking in these 4. So we have 1, that can appear in any of these 4 squares. 2 we have already, 3 we have, 4, 5. 6. Damn, no intersecting 6s. So 6s can go anywhere. 7's blocking here, so 7 is a pair here and here. And now that we know that, that's going to be great. Okay, 8 and 9 here. Right, so what does that tell us? We now have limited 7 to just these 2 squares, right? Do you see? Because we have 3, 5 here, all right, then, and so nothing else can come in there. 7 just blocks these 2 squares, so 7 is a pair in these, a pair of candidates in these 2 squares. That means we can now eliminate any other 7s in this column. So that's gone, and that's gone. And when we do that, in this square, of course, we're left with just a 4. So that's great. And we can get rid of 4s now. All right. And now this was a 3 or 4, so that's a 3. And this was a 3 or 7, so that's a 7. Okay. Right, that's done us a power of good. So let's get rid of this 3 because we have 3 here. Let's get rid of the 7s in this box now. Okay, so no 7s can stand. Okay. Anything else I need to remove? 2, 6, 1, 2, 6, 1, 7, 6, 1. Okay. Yes. Of course, this 7 or 3 is now a 3. Okay. And now this has to be a 7, doesn't it? Because 7 blocks here. In fact, look, we've got a 7 as we just overwrote a 7 from a pair here, so that's the 7. We're overwriting a 5, that's the 5. Okay, so this 7 can't stand. That's got to be our 7 there. Let's get rid of the 3s here in this box because we've got a 3 now. Leaves us with 1 and 4. So now that we've got 1 and 4, that 4 can't exist. That 4 can't exist anymore. So that leaves us with just a 2 there, and now we get rid of the 2, leaving us with a 3 there. Okay, that looks good. 6 and 4 there. That seems to match perfectly well. This 5 that we've got here now can't be a 5, so that's clearly a 1 because there's no other choices. So let's get rid of the 1 here, leaving us with just a 6 or 5 there. And let's take this 1 and realize that we can't have a 1 there. It's got to appear there. That's got to be 4 now. 3 or 4, guess what? It's a 3. That's our 4 there. Over here we had a pair of 4s. That 4 can't stand anymore, so the 4 is there, leaving us with 6 and 1 in these here, which looks good. 6, 1 here, that matches. 2, 6, 1 here, that matches 2. Okay. Right, so we seem to be on course. We haven't made any fatal errors, I believe. 6, 5, 3, 4, okay. Yep. Okay, seems to be okay now. What's next? What do I have to do next? I have a feeling that some of these numbers that I've filled in, I need to recheck and see what's changed. I'm sure something's changed. Oh yeah, okay, there's 2 here now. Okay, so that 2 can't stand, but it's part of a pair, so that's our 2 there. There we go. That will give us 6 and 1 pair there. Yeah, it's looking good. Good. Okay, so actually we still haven't cracked it just yet. There's still a bit more to do, which is quite interesting, because normally in these newspaper puzzles, once you've found kind of the single problem, the problem child, you know, once you've recognized that, generally that will take you right to the end of the puzzle, but clearly that's not the case here. So there's yet more work to do, which is great. Interesting. What else is there? I'm wondering if I have to start looking for kind of Sudoku techniques, which is quite unusual, but we did have one the other week, so it's quite possible. Am I missing anything here? I'm sure I am missing something. Okay, and so the 3 that I've filled in here, clearly that 3 has to be there from 3 and 5, so 5 is there now. This is 6 or 5, so that's a 6. That's a 5. This 6 is 6 or 1, that's a 6. 1, sorry, that's the 6. There's lots and lots of 6 or 1s around, right? So, okay, let's fill that 1 in there. 1 is now, can't exist here or here, or here, or here, which gives us 7, 6 pair now. So that means the 6 can't exist here. That's got to be a 1. That's our 6. 6 or 1, that's 1. We've got our 1 now, so that's 5. That's our 6 there. That will leave us with 7 or 1, but the 1 actually blocks here already, so this 1 blocks here. So that's our 1. That's our 7. This sole remaining number now is 4. That's 5. Okay. This 4 6 or 4. That's got to be a 6. That's got to be a 4. 6 here. That's 7. And that's 6. And that's that. Oh, okay. Actually, just took a little while for me to eliminate numbers that I'd already should already have eliminated, I should say. Okay, that's today's Observer Sudoku. I'm going to put it as medium, or maybe hard. I don't know. Not really needing to be expert. Did it? But anyway, let's say medium or hard, something around that level. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you managed to solve the puzzle yourself. Please subscribe to the channel and check out as much Sudoku as you can. Bring more logic into your life and into everybody else's lives as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.